Find a comfortable position and slowly take your attention off the external world. Turning within, placing all of your attention on your breathing. Breathing slowly and deeply, noticing what it feels like as the air enters and exits your body. Allowing space to be still and present. Focus on the rise and fall of your chest. Feel the breath as it moves within your body. The brilliance of our physical functioning has similarities to much of nature, other animals and insects on the planet. The science of comparative genomics shows that we share common DNA with all of life on Earth, including trees, bananas, and even fruit flies. All living things have similar instructions located in our DNA. With this in mind, we're going to take a little time to tune into the heart of the earth and thank her for giving us a physical body. For without it, we would not be able to express our spirit in such a wonderful way. With a deep inhale and exhale, taking your attention down to your heart, feel it beating in your chest. Feel the energy of your heart expand as you place your attention there. Feel your heart opening and the vibration of your heartbeat moving out beyond your physical body, like a drum beating. Waves of sound are rolling out of your body and into the space around you. Now take this moment to acknowledge that your magnificent heart, like the rest of your physical body, was made from the earth. The intelligence that made you, your mother and father, and all mothers and fathers before that, was the great Mother Earth. So with your attention on your heart, move your awareness down your body. Allow it to roll down your legs and sit at the bottom of your feet. Feel the energy in the soles of your feet for a moment. Now allow that energy to flow out of your feet and to travel into the earth. Feel it as it moves down through the crust of the earth. Watch it as it dives deep and effortlessly propels through many layers of earth, all the way down to the very heart of Gaia. See the magnificent energy at the center of the earth. Feel the warmth and heat. Feel the aliveness of the planet's core. Now take your awareness into that big ball of light, plasma and particles. See yourself moving through the liquid and emerge into the sacred heart space of Mother Earth. Feel her all around you. Feel how incredibly loving and nurturing she is. Feel the depth of her wisdom and knowledge. You can feel the gentle waves of peace and balance that she shares with you. Feel the profound way in which she cares for you and for all living things on the planet. She wishes to give you her knowledge and blessings. It pleases her to give you everything you need for growth. Her wish is for you to live a strong, happy, and healthy life. You can feel how much she loves you. It's profound. Mother Earth provides you with everything your body needs to grow, to live, to heal. She provides all the shelter and nutrition, the medicine for when you become sick. She gives you sacred spaces to feel her love. Oxygen, carbon, water, fertile land, everything you need for living, all of the building blocks for life. Your heart swells and overflows with appreciation, gratitude, and love. You deeply acknowledge her and appreciate her affection, her nurture, and attention. Feel your heart melt and fully open to her, to love her. You experience love and joy as you express your heartfelt appreciation for her wisdom and kindness, for her nurture and care, understanding fully how incredibly loving and giving she is. You can feel these qualities growing within you. Your understanding of the connection between all living things deepens as she shows you a bigger picture of life on Earth. Take some time now to spend with her. Appreciate her. Listen to her wisdom. She may have a message for you. She may want to show you something. Listen with open ears and an open heart. appreciating her nature. You give her one last hug, embrace, with love and appreciation, and then bow to her with hands of prayer, realizing that she too is a tremendous and unique expression of Source. She embodies and circulates a phenomenal amount of creation energy and light. You feel honored to share space in the universe with such a being. Feel your intention moving back now through the liquid line to her core. Become aware of your energy rising as you travel back through the layers of the earth. Feeling your energy entering the arches of your feet, you can feel that some of the mother's energy has come back with you and is traveling up your legs as you feel the space within your body again. Breathing in awareness of your full body and how your energy is much larger than your physical form. Breathing deeply, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Thank you for spending this time with me. We hope that you'll stay tuned for our 10:15 celebration service. Thank you.
highlight a little something that's happened over the course of this last week, but so much has happened over this last week that it would be impossible to really speak to it or to do justice to it or even to mention it in this moment. From increased tension in the Middle East to expanded conflict between India and Pakistan, and just as quickly the agreement of an immediate and complete ceasefire, to an earthquake in Tennessee, to continued disagreements between political parties in this country and across the world. I did, however, receive an email from Reverend Scott Aubrey that I'm really called to share with the community this morning. In it he wrote, "This week brought together two unexpected headlines: the election of Pope Leo XIV and massive airport delays from overwhelmed air traffic controllers. Weave those stories together along with Mother's Day, and we're seeing a call for spiritual guidance. The Pope steps into a role of global spiritual direction, like a divine air traffic controller, helping people navigate through uncertainty. At the same time, real-life traffic systems faltered, reminding us how quickly chaos sets in when guidance is unclear or overloaded. And then comes Mother's Day, a day to honor those who guide not with systems, but with love. Whether parent, mentor, or spiritual elder, they are the ones who whisper, 'You are not lost, you are loved, you are home.' In a world of noise and detours, this week reminds us we all need someone to help us land safely." So congratulations to the new Pope. And speaking of Mother's Day, brings me to our flower dedication. These beautiful flowers are dedicated for all mothers, no matter who you are. So please take a look at this video.
Mother of mine, how do I say all the love I feel today? Through every storm, through every mile, you held my hand, you made me smile. And when the world felt cold and wide, you were always by my side. With every tear, with every fall, you lifted me, you gave your all. Mother of mine, my guiding light, through the darkest days you made things right. No words could ever be enough to thank you for your endless love. You gave me strength, you taught me grace, wiped my tears and kissed my face. Through sleepless nights and dreams untold, you gave me wings, you made me bold. And when I lost my way somehow, you were there, then and now. Your love's a fire, forever bright, a gentle voice, my northern light. Mother of mine, carry you. You're always there. Mother of mine, my heart, my soul, the love you gave makes me whole. No matter where, no matter time, you'll always be mother of mine. Oh, you'll always be mother of mine.
God that gives of itself, nurtures life, and holds everything together is pure love. Unconditional love. And the model we've been given for this way of loving and living is motherhood. The only thing that gives us a chance to love as God loves is the fact that the feminine is within us, within all of us. This is the magic of motherhood, of the divine mother. It is a get-out-of-jail-free card. The feminine liberates us from our prisons of feeling separate from one another, of living in fear and judgment. That's why we call it the divine feminine, divine motherhood. A mother's love is so complete, so nourishing, it can only be God loving through them. So happy Mother's Day to everyone who has powerfully stepped into that role, whether you're a man or a woman or gay or straight or anything, whether you have children with 2 legs or you have children with 4 legs. That mother's love, that unconditional love is the same for all of us. So we're grateful for each and every single one of you. Happy Mother's Day. So I would like to thank Michelle Love, speaking of love, for her beautiful meditation that expanded the container that our service will unfold within. And so I'd like to invite her back up to the podium now.
Thank you, Dusty. Let's see, I've got some announcements. Our Wednesday evening services for 2025 are called The Wednesday Experience, a look at life through meditation, musings, metaphysics, and magic. Each week, the evening will be facilitated by a host of ministers, practitioners, and others who will share an insightful, revealing, and perhaps provocative reading or story, and then facilitate a meditation. Following the meditation, we will all have an opportunity to share. The service will be held on Zoom from 7 p.m. till 8:15. This is a save the date for Sunday, May 18th, for a full day of the magnificent Amy Steinberg. She'll be returning to do the message and the music for our Sunday celebration service. Her message is entitled, The Transformative Power of Creative Expression. About the message, Amy says, unlock the power within you through the magic of creativity. Join us for an inspiring talk on how art, music, writing, and imagination aren't just hobbies. They are profound pathways to personal and spiritual transformation. Through stories, laughter, and uplifting insights, Amy will guide us as we explore how creative expression can help heal old wounds, awaken new possibilities, and connect us to our truest, most vibrant selves. Following the service, be prepared to have your mind blown and your socks knocked off in a must-be-heard musical event, simply titled The Amy Steinberg Concert. About the concert, Amy says, experience an afternoon filled with uplifting music, inspirational messages, and powerful connection in a beautiful community setting. Whether you come to sing along or simply soak it all in, this event is sure to feed your spirit and celebrate the magic of life. Everyone is welcome. And lastly, this is an update about our upcoming Edwin Gaines Prosperity class. As we sent out earlier, she has injured her shoulder, and the class has been postponed for at least another month. We'll let you know more when we know more. And now on to themes. The theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Our theme for the month of May is Raise Your Voice. Reverend Dusty's message is Boundary Keepers, Nurturing Healthy Connections. I'm now going to read this community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God, and so it is. So I now invite you to close your outer eyes, turning within, open your heart and mind, and allow the sounds of the crystal bowls to just wash over you. To bring your attention back into the room and into your body. And I'd like to welcome Ed and Susan Krupa, who will be assisting us this morning. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths, as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. Science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, Ed and Susan. And now I'd like to invite practitioner Heather up to the podium.
Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. I'd like to invite you to take a moment, closing your outer eyes if you're comfortable, turn within as I speak a word of blessing on today's Sunday celebration service. This glorious Sunday morning, I am especially aware of the power and presence of that one source of love, of amazing joy, of beautiful peace. I know that source is everywhere, all the time, never withholding itself from us. I know that I am one with all of that goodness. There is no separation between who I am and the power of it all. I know that is the truth of me, as I know that is the truth of each sentient being, each person within the sound of my voice. We are all connected by that golden thread of God stuff. I'm so grateful to know these truths. So I speak a word of blessing on today's service. Blessing Reverend Dusty as she comes forth with her message for us today. Knowing that she is an open receptacle for Spirit to speak through. So grateful for her presence, for her love, for her leadership. Grateful today for Cindy and her beautiful gift of song and music that she brings to us today. Grateful to Michelle for her beautiful meditation, for her service in our community. I'm grateful to Ava for her commitment to work AV and keep us looking and sounding good online. And a blessing to all of those here in the room at 4 Points, all of those that are watching online now and in the future. Knowing that we are each a beautiful, shining, perfect star of love in this community and in the world. For all of these blessings, I am so grateful, and so it is. Thank you. Today's reading is from Ernest Holmes. He says, "Ultimately, we shall see that the universe rests on the shoulder of love, that God is love, and that all the errors of humans are the results of ignorance of our true nature. An evolved soul judges no one, condemns no one, but realizes that all are on the road of experience, seeking the same goal, and that each must ultimately find his home in heaven." And so it is. Now please help me in welcoming Cindy Johnson.
You can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be an outcast. You can be the backlash of someone else's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle beneath your skin, kept on the inside and no sunlight. Sometimes the shadow wins. what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy, falling from the fear and then some disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it should? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth and say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. I want to see you be brave.
Thank you very much, Cindy. That was beautiful and a perfect song in a month whose theme is Raise Your Voice, and a talk title is Boundary Keepers, being able to use our voice and be brave. So, as we're today's Boundary Keepers, and a boundary is a line that marks or really indicates or fixes the limits or the extent of an area or a subject or a sphere of activity. A boundary could be something that's physical, like a fence that, marks the one geographical area from another geographical area, or perhaps it could be something that's abstract, such as a moral boundary in which society decides that something should not be said, that it's wrong to cross that particular boundary. Now, it's a dividing line, or as we might say, that proverbial line in the sand. A boundary keeper refers to a person or to an entity that actively maintains or enforces or protects the boundaries that have been put into place in any particular context, say in relationships or social settings or cultural norms or physical environments. Now, for me, this is kind of a funny or interesting conversation for me to be having, because I would say that for the first, maybe 50 years of my life, I didn't know anything about boundaries. Nothing. What I do know is that when we arrived on the planet, we knew who we were and we knew what we needed. Now, our needs were small. We just needed to be fed, we needed to be held, we needed to be loved, we needed to be changed, right? We needed to sleep. And while we weren't always very clear, as you can ask any mother or father here, we weren't always very clear, but we were always very vocal about the fact that we needed something. I also understand that soon thereafter, we began to experience what Miguel Ruiz would call domestication, or what others might call the process of socialization. Through this socialization, we were taught a variety of social expectations or values or beliefs or thoughts that we should have. We begin to form our identity out of this socialization and the feelings that we had surrounding them. This process contributes really to us really losing perspective about who we really are and what we really need and what we really want from the people in our lives. Now, in my mind, this was especially true for me. As I looked back on my life, I really recognized that I was raised by a very loving father, but he was also very authoritative. He would tell me what to do and how to behave, and the story that I told myself was that I had to be perfect in order for the people that I loved to stay in my life, for them not to leave me. Because of that belief and that story that a 5-year-old told herself, I created an identity that fit in. And I looked to those around me to inform me of who I was to be and how I was to behave. I looked to those around me to tell me what was best for me. I stopped looking for my own answers. And I can remember times in my life when I was asked what I thought about something or what I wanted or what I needed, and I didn't even really know. I didn't even really know, because all I knew was what other people wanted for me. I walked around on eggshells all of the time, trying to be everything for everyone, even when I didn't even really know what that was, or even when people in a particular room all needed something completely different from me. I didn't even really know who I was. Never mind creating boundaries for myself. Not really knowing who you are is a kind of a compromised place from which to create boundaries. It can be very hard or very confusing, and so therefore I didn't really have any boundaries. Now, while I know that my story isn't exactly like everybody else, my guess is that many of us have or have had in the past boundary issues. Some questions for each of us to ask ourselves are, do I ever feel like people take advantage of me? Do I ever feel like I'm constantly having to save people close to me or to fix their problems all of the time? Do I find myself sucked into pointless fighting or debates regularly? Do I feel myself far more invested or attracted to a person than I should for how long I have actually known them? In my relationships, does it feel like things are always amazing or horrible with absolutely nothing in between? Do I recognize that I go through breakups and reunions quite frequently in my life? Do I tell people how much I hate drama, but always seem to be stuck in the middle of it? Do I spend a lot of time defending myself for things I believe are not my fault? Do I pride myself on always going the extra mile? Do I overextend myself on multiple fronts? Am I more often exhausted than not? Do I feel guilty for not doing more? Do I resent others for how needy they are? Do I have a hard time saying no? Now, if your answer to any of these, or perhaps all of these, is yes, I just encourage you not to beat yourself up. Be gentle with yourself because most people have got the wrong idea about boundaries. Most people are not really good at setting them for themselves. They believe that they already have good boundaries in place when, to be honest, what they really have are concrete walls. Or they believe that boundaries are unkind, and so they choose not to set them. The underlying truth, however, is that healthy boundaries in relationships are like invisible lines that really assist us to feel safe with each other. To feel safe. They tell us what's okay and what's not okay in how we treat one another. Boundaries are not about exclusion. They are essential expressions of self-respect and self-love. When we set boundaries, we create the conditions necessary for our well-being. Boundaries help ensure that our interactions are mutually beneficial and actually honor the needs of all parties involved. When we have good boundaries, we really respect ourselves and the people in our lives. It's like having these little rules that keep everyone feeling good and respected. This assists us to have better partnerships and better friendships. In fact, healthy boundaries are the ultimate guide to having good, healthy relationships. No matter what type of relationship we're talking about, whether we're talking about an intimate relationship or friendships or work relationships, no matter what. Without healthy boundaries, relationships do not thrive. They result in feelings of resentment or feelings of disappointment or even violation. Boundaries are what can happen when we really know who we are, when we really know what we need and what we want. And then we have to use our voice to actually access our ability to really speak to them, to really tell them to someone else. We have to be brave in order to do that. We have to have the courage to do that. We all have limits. We all have limits, and we have all probably experienced someone violating those limits. Most of the time, people they're not really trying to consciously violate the limits, but they just don't know what they are, or they don't know the extent of them. And sometimes this is because we're not clear with ourselves. And because we're not clear with ourselves, we're not clear with other people about what we need or what we want. Or we don't feel like we have a right to ask for them. Setting boundaries allows individuals to feel safe and to feel valued, ensuring that our needs and our limits are recognized and are respected by other people, the people in our lives. Spiritually, Science of Mind teaches that every individual is a unique expression of the universal mind, deserving of love and respect. By setting boundaries, we really acknowledge to ourselves and to others that we know this truth and that we are able and willing to stand firmly grounded in it. By establishing clear boundaries, we really create space for reflection and for prayer and for mindfulness, allowing ourselves to really deepen our connection with the divine. A space and place where our authentic self can actually grow and evolve and thrive. Boundaries safeguard, think about this, boundaries safeguard our mental and emotional well-being. And that creates the space to focus on our spiritual practices and to dive deeply into our spiritual principles. By setting clear boundaries, we protect ourselves from distractions and negative influences that can pull us away from our spiritual path. Does that make sense? Yeah. Boundaries assist us to cultivate a sacred environment that allows for us to protect our time and our energy so that we are able to focus on what truly matters. A sacred environment where we can continue to grow, where we can continue to evolve, where we can continue to thrive. A sacred environment that allows us to be in greater harmony with ourselves and with the world. Now, as I was preparing for this week, I ran into a number of great quotes that I'm going to finish with this morning. Brene Brown says, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves even when we risk disappointing others. The invitation is to resist the urge to explain our boundaries to someone or make excuses for them. Just resist that urge to do that. Remember, we get to be respected. We get to be loved. You don't have to explain them. You don't have to make excuses for them. That just gives something for someone to argue with us about. Think that they know better. Anne Lamott says, no is a complete sentence. The invitation is to practice the art of simply saying no and nothing more. No. An unknown author says you are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. The invitation is to understand that if our loved ones truly loved us, they won't want us to destroy ourselves in service to them. We should never say and never have to hear, if you really loved me, you would, ... Never. Another unknown author says, whatever you are willing to put up with is exactly what you will get. The underlying idea is that people are often willing to take everything that you will give them without hesitance. So it's up to us to set healthy boundaries so that neither person feels taken advantage of. Paulo Coelho, the novelist and poet, says, when you say yes to others, make sure you're not saying no to yourself. Setting boundaries can really allows us to be helpful in this now moment and continue to be able to be of assistance in the future because we haven't burned ourselves out. Brene Brown says, when we fail to set boundaries and hold people accountable, we feel used and mistreated. Now we may think, right, I know we've all done this a time or two, we may think that if people really cared about us, that they would understand what we need without us having to tell them. Sorry, y'all, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. We have to tell them. Another unknown author says, stop asking why they keep doing it and start asking why you keep allowing it. The idea here is that it is up to each and every single one of us to set boundaries and to hold people accountable when they violate them. Nobody else is going to do it for us. Nobody will do it for us. And lastly, CSL practitioner Sonia Hart says, by consistently realigning with our intentions, values, and goals, we can honor our own needs while approaching others with love. Boundaries don't separate us. They create space for each of us to be our authentic divine selves, living in harmony as unique expressions of God. Amen, yes. Thank you, Heather, amen. Today, the call to action is to honor ourselves and each other with love, respect, and clarity, by making our well-being a priority. To raise our voice not in tone or in loudness, but in authority, asking for what we want and what we need. I promise you all that we will be happy that we did so. And so it is. So it is. So I just invite everyone to turn within, to take a nice, deep, collective breath together, to let go of anything we may be feeling about this idea of setting boundaries, and to just pause. Turn our attention inward. Recognize that presence of the divine within us, align ourselves with it, and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are its ambassador. And that each of us has a right to be loved and respected and honored and accepted. And that the relationships in our life are reflections of how we feel about that truth, about how we allow that deep inner relationship to inform our lives. And so I claim ease and grace for each one of us about getting quiet and allowing our inner wisdom to really reveal to us what those boundaries are. What is my soul longing for? What do I need? What do I prefer? How can I ask for it? And to know that we can put those boundaries into place. We can ask for the things that we want and need without putting up concrete walls. We can do so through love and respect of ourselves and of others. And to know that as we do so, that our relationships deepen. As we do so, that they expand, and that the relationship and ourselves grow and evolve and transform. And that others will recognize that as they are witness to the relationships that we have in our lives, and they think to themselves, I want that. I want those kinds of relationships. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want to be known. I want to be respected. I want to be valued. And so as we take care of our own well-being, we actually raise up everyone around us. And in some small way, shape, or form, contribute to a world that works for everyone. And I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. That my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken, and so I speak them and I release them into that law, letting go and letting God be God. And I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. It is now time for our conscious giving. And the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer this community some financial support to assist us to continue to be a beacon of light and love and warmth in the Greater Triangle area. I affirm that this offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are 3 ways that you can give, and they are here on your screen and on your screens at home. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can text GIVE to 919-629-9148, or you can actually mail a check to our PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. I now invite everyone to take your gift, hold it against your heart, and repeat our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life.
I live in an abundant universe that blesses, prospers my life.
I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you all so very much for your generosity. And now please be generous as we welcome Cindy back to her piano.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. And I know the voice of love. It is singing through my life. It is all I am, every part of me. It is all that I choose to be. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only that heals, love that sets me free. Oh, there is only love.
So beautiful. Thank you, Cindy. If you would like prayer, please go to our website at trianglecsl.org, and at the bottom of any page, you can click on prayer request, then click that button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer and send it out to all of the ministers and practitioners, knowing that truth for you during the week. If you would like to help us provide flowers for the pulpit, and with or without a flower dedication for anyone or anything, please send an email to info@trianglecsl.org or to dustyrippelmeyer@yahoo.com. We would love that. Now, in the comfort of your own home and here at 4 Points, please stand for our powerful May affirmations. This is a call and response, so please repeat it with meaning. Self-confidence and self-advocacy extend beyond asserting personal rights. They are expressions of my divine nature.
Self-confidence and self-advocacy extend beyond asserting personal rights. They are an expression of my divine nature.
From this awareness, I confidently speak my truth and advocate for myself with clarity and strength.
From this awareness, I confidently speak my truth and advocate for myself with clarity and strength.
Setting and maintaining boundaries is vital for honoring my spiritual journey and safeguarding my mental and emotional well-being.
Setting and maintaining boundaries is vital for honoring my spiritual journey and safeguarding my mental and emotional well-being.
From this truth, I set healthy boundaries with love and respect, fostering strong and supportive relationships.
From this truth, I set healthy boundaries with love and respect, fostering strong and supportive relationships.
I recognize that creating peace is not a one-time achievement, but a continual process of nurturing and sustaining harmony.
I recognize that creating peace is not a one-time achievement, but a continual process of nurturing and sustaining harmony.
From this recognition, with empathy and open communication, I heal through conflict and move toward lasting peace.
From this recognition, with empathy and open communication, I heal through conflict and move toward lasting peace.
I know that true liberation, both individual and collective, requires proactive engagement and transformation.
I know that true liberation, both individual and collective, requires proactive engagement and transformation.
Embodying this belief and embracing this active role, I break the chains of silence with courage, empowering myself and others to claim liberation.
Embodying this belief and embracing this active role, I break the chains of silence with courage, empowering myself and others to claim liberation.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, thank you. You may be seated. Once again, please turn within as I speak a word of gratitude for this beautiful day. So grateful for all of your lovely faces here in person and everyone that said hello online. Always grateful to gather together, to just sink into that truth of who and whose we are. So grateful to know that there is a power greater than I am. So grateful to know that there is a power greater than this human life, that we are in good hands. Grateful for today's service, for Dusty's message on setting healthy boundaries, fostering those amazing relationships that make life so sweet. Grateful for the beautiful music, for all of the hugs. Grateful for this community, grateful for CSL. Grateful for life, for this opportunity to learn and grow and love and constantly remember the truth. And so it is.
Yeah, I echo that. Also, thank you everybody who had anything to do with bringing the service. Thank you for joining us online. Thank you for being here in the room. Again, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. And now I invite you to view this service message that will go out tomorrow, and you all get to be the first ones to see it. Hello, everybody. It's me, Reverend Dusty, blowing up your email inbox with an important message. May 4th, we had a town hall meeting. People in the room and people online were updated about the center and our finances, both revenue and expenses. We also had a conversation about who we need to be and what we need to do as we move forward as a community into the future. What I know about this spiritual center and our community is that we are here by divine appointment to share the science of mind principles and practices and to be a place for people to come together with love, acceptance, inclusivity, peace, kindness, and joy. We are here to walk our spiritual paths in community, knowing the truth for one another when we are challenged and celebrating who we are and our wins together in wholeness. It has become clearer over the last few years that religion and spirituality and the way we express them in our lives is changing. We do not need to label it as good or to label it as bad, but to simply know that it is and to listen for our inner wisdom to inform us what we need to do and to know in order to keep pace with it. Between the conversations that happened at the town hall meeting and the conversations that happened at our most recent leadership council meeting, we've created a plan of action for the summer months. A plan of action that will allow us to continue to share our philosophy and our teaching along with our love and joy, while at the same time being good stewards of our resources. This plan is continually evolving. And in fact, we are sending out a survey on Monday to capture the wisdom within the community. Please look for the survey in your inbox, complete it, and return it as quickly as possible. For now, the plan for June, July, August, and September is that we will be having our celebration service, our Sunday celebration service, just one time a month at 4 Points by Sheridan. We will gather together in the room for an updated service format filled with music, message, prayer, testimonials, and joy. Following this service, we will either have a potluck or a lunch bunch event at a local restaurant. For June, July, and September, this service will be held on the second Sunday of the month. In August, it will be held on the third Sunday of the month. We will create a schedule and be sure to send out ample reminders about what is happening when. Now, 2 Sundays a month, we will bring our Sunday celebration service to you into your homes through the power of live streaming. These services will be online only. We also thought that since we would not be gathering together in person on those 2 Sundays, that perhaps we could find a fairly central place and do something together as a community on Sunday afternoon following the online service. This could look like gathering together to go on a hike or to bike ride or to bowl or to listen to some music together or to go to a movie, for instance. There will be a question on the mail survey that will ask about your interest in something like that and for ideas about what you would like to do. During June, July, and September, these services will be held on the first and third Sundays of the month, and in August, they will be held on the first and second Sunday. The fourth Sunday of the month, we will gather together somewhere for a spiritual experience that is different from our normal Sunday service. Perhaps we'll have braver angels come and speak with us, or go together as a group to another faith traditions service, or have a sunrise service, or a service in a park, or walk a labyrinth together. There will also be questions about this on the survey. This service will be in community, but somewhere other than at 4 Points.
The fifth Sunday, during the months that have a fifth Sunday, the intention is to come together and do something of service. Perhaps we could go back to CASA and clean up their grounds as we have done in the past, or serve together at a soup kitchen, or clean up a section of a highway. The idea is to come together and serve together, knowing that service is a spiritual practice in and of itself. There will be questions about this on the survey also. Beyond that, there will be some questions on the survey about fundraising, such as a bowling event that we're planning or Gourmets for God. My invitation to each and every single one of us is to not be afraid of change, but to actually lean into it, to let go of our human desire to hang on with white knuckles to that which we know, and to actually be willing to participate in the unknown, to know that we are creating the next highest and best expression of the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, and that it is an opportunity for us to create something that allows us to thrive, to be willing to support the community with your time, talent, and treasure through this trial period, and to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we will be supported by the divine and a universe that is always for us. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who is also a CSL minister. She said that she thought that this was a cutting edge idea, a cutting edge plan with an opportunity to design a new, creative, innovative, and sustainable way to do church that other people might even emulate. Now, I don't know about all of that. However, I do have to tell you that I am excited about the possibilities that are in store for us as a spiritual center and a spiritual community. If you have any questions or would like to talk with me about this, especially if you were unable to attend the town hall meeting, please reach out to me and we will schedule a time to do that. Thank you very much for listening. I love you all madly. We'll see you soon.